Good afternoon, guys and gals. Happy Friday, everyone. What we got going on today is we're doing a little bit of dehydrating. I love dehydrating. Like a lot of you will probably know, one of my favorite ways to put food back is dry canning. It's a toss-up between dry canning and dehydrating. Okay, so today we're dehydrating green bell peppers. These are fresh out of the garden. This one here in particular was on the vine a little long, so there's the odd soft spot in it, but no real big deal. We'll just cut those out when we come to them. But dehydrating is super simple. I know a bunch of you have recently gotten dehydrators and are eager to use them, and we'll just want to go through how simple it is to use. Okay, so what I want to do first of all, let me just adjust this viewfinder so I can see what I'm doing here. Just quickly go through the equipment that you're going to need, and it's not much at all. You're going to need obviously a cutting board, a knife, make sure your tools are sharp, a bowl for your debris, your dehydrator guide that comes with your dehydrator. If you don't have the guide, go online and find out the information. Or if you've got another book, then that's good to refer to as well. And then obviously we're going to need our fruit or our vegetables, right? So I'll just show you the dehydrator here just quickly. This one that I have, let me just move this around a little bit. We'll try and zoom in on that just a tiny little bit so you guys and gals can see. I'm not good with this tripod, so please bear with me. Okay, so yeah, what we've got here, the model that I've got is the Sultan, and this is the Vita Pro model. It's not complicated at all. It has an on and an off switch, and it has a temperature setting. Okay, and you'll find your guidelines for temperatures to use inside of your user manual. Okay, so very simple things, and like there are much more complicated dehydrators out there than this one. This was a cheapie. I've got it brand new at the one of the department stores for it was like $40 on a sale, so not terribly expensive. Let me just see if I can readjust this a little bit. Not terribly expensive. There are other way more expensive models out there. Digital ones that you can program and have presets on them for whichever item you might want to dehydrate. And there are also cheaper models out there, like our good friend Mr. Tom from Deep South Bama with Mr. Tom. He has a similar dehydrator to this, and I believe he said it was gifted to him from his father. And all it has on it is an on and an off switch. There's no temperature control at all. And he says that works just fine for him. He's happy with that. It serves his purpose as well. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything super fancy for your, to get your dehydrating done. But let's just get right into this, and I'll show you how easy this is to do. You take your fruit, obviously, and you want, you got your debris bowl here. Just break your fruit up. And this is how I do my green peppers. Just stick my thumb down in the stump there, and I pull the stump right out, as such. Now there's a little bit of pepper left on there. If you want to cut that off, you can. But what you definitely want to do is you want to save that stump, and you want to dehydrate that to harvest the seeds out of for next year, or to put into your seed vault for future years growth, right? And as you can see, I've got this is my 10th pepper here. This is a 5-tier dehydrator, and as it works, this particular dehydrator will fit about 2 diced up peppers per tray, which is perfect. I had 10 peppers, so boom, away we go. Inspect your, you wash your vegetables first, open them up, have a look inside them. If you see any bad spots, pull them out. If, this white pith here, you can just I just use my fingers. You can use a knife if you want to, but you can pull that out. Or you don't have to. But as far as this guide goes, it says to cut your peppers into 1/4 inch strips, which we'll do now. Now personally, I'm not doing strips. I'm starting in strips, but I'm going to dice these up. I'm going to dice them up so that when I store them, I can store many, many more than just the full strips. Full strips will take up much more space than a diced product will. And we'll get into the book here in just a minute once I get these diced up and loaded into the machine. 1/4 inch. So you kind of want to go 1/4 inch with your dice as well. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, but you don't want it huge. You don't want it big enough that it like you're going to have another tray or a lid to put on top of it. So you don't want it sitting up high enough where you where your other tray can't sit down flat or your lid can't sit down on it proper or anything like that. So we'll just get these diced up pretty quick. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's well and safe. Yeah, like I said, guys and gals, this is super easy to do. And I mean, if you can cut a vegetable, you can do dehydrating. No big deal. Alright, so I'll just load that onto the final tray here. Oh, stepping on something. Maybe I dropped a piece here. Alright. We'll get the last half of this pepper here done. My peppers are doing real well, so I'm going to be doing another round of these here in the not too distant future. And I mean, peppers are great to do because they're loaded with vitamin C, so they're great to have around in the wintertime. Throw them into a spaghetti sauce or a chili or any soup or stew. And, you know, here's a little nod to my southern brothers and sisters. You know, we all know that in the Cajun cuisine, you know, in the French cuisine, we've got the mirepoix. That's carrots, celery, and onion. But down in, you know, for our southern brothers and sisters, you guys and gals, you've got the Holy Trinity. Now that's your onions, your celery, and your bell peppers. So this is a nice thing to put into your pantry for your Holy Trinity, for your southern type cooking, or you know, it's great in your gumbos and all kinds of stuff, right? Jambalaya, all those sorts of things. So just get it diced up. You want it fairly even so that everything dehydrates pretty much at the same time. You know, just like anything else. Cooking stuff, you want it pretty much same dice so that everything cooks at the same time. Alright, let me just get rid of these things here. So I'm going to slide the dehydrator right over in front of you here so you can see what's going on here. Alright? Okay, so you can see it's piled up here a little bit. You want to spread that out. Like I said, you don't want it sitting up to hold that lip up or the lid up or the tray that's above it. You want it flattened out. You don't want it too crowded. These were two pretty big peppers on this tray, so this particular tray might be a little bit crowded. But it's not terrible. You know, the more spacing you have, the air can get around it, it'll dehydrate a little bit faster. Now what I'm going to do with this, once I get it turned on and plugged in and set up, is I'm going to take this outside. I don't do my dehydrating indoors in the summer because it will produce some heat, okay? So yeah, you want your stuff spread out so nothing's crowded, nothing's on top of the other. It's all one nice flat, even layer, okay? Pretty straightforward. And then boom. That's all there is to it. Lid goes on. Lid goes on. Okay, now, let me see here, just so that you can see this temperature dial. Now is the time at which we, just a reference to saving these These seed stumps here for your future growth. You want to dehydrate those, harvest the seeds out of them, just like I'm doing with this one here. This is from a red bell pepper I got from the store, and I've dehydrated it, and those seeds are all ready to pull out and to go into my seed bank. So I'll mark and label those when I put them up. All right, let me get my other glasses on here, and we can get have a little look-see inside this handy guide that came with our dehydrator. And boom, we go right here. It'll give you a temperature. There's a chart in here for temperatures to do vegetables. Here we are. Temperatures for drying. Boom, vegetables, 120 to 130. Okay, we've got a vegetable. Go over into your vegetable section, find peppers. Sweet green. It says 4 to 12 hours. It varies. Cut in half, remove seeds. Cut into 1/4 inch strips. Well, I diced mine up. That's just fine. And it says to dehydrate them until they're leathery. Personally, I don't like any moisture in my vegetables I'm going to put back. I'm going to do these until they are brittle. So that's just it. You know, you find your temperature to set it at on the temperature chart there. Like I said, 120 to 130. So we're going to adjust this here now. 120, 130. It was a little high. I was doing something else previous in this. I'm going to set it at the higher end at 130. And then what you do is you just plug the puppy in. Oh, that's already on. Yeah, the fan did come on. I've got a fan on in the background, so you might not have heard the fan come on. But I mean, your dehydrator is just it's a simple heating element with a temperature control and a fan inside it. And that fan will dissipate that heated air throughout there, take all the moisture out. Now, it is recommended that you rotate your trays from top to bottom. You know, just every now and again, take the one that's on the bottom, lift the top 4 off, put the other one on top, set them back on, let it go again. Now these, like I said, I'm going to put them outside. If there's any fear of rain, I'll just put like a rubber car mat over the top of it to protect it from water getting in it. And I've let this run all night outside before. But that's how easy it is to get your dehydrating done. So you guys and gals that have new dehydrators, get into it. You're absolutely going to love it. It's a great way to put foods back. It's one of the simplest ways to store foods aside from dry canning. So that's what I got for you guys and gals. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. This is going to be North, out for now. Get your dehydration on.